Hello, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. Once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. All of you are welcome here. I'm Gaurav Gupta. I'm hopeful that all of you are following all the previous sessions that we have conducted, and you are going to follow the upcoming sessions as well up till MHCT examination. Hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you, and we are good to start with. We are good to begin with this session. The next session for 100 most expected MHCT questions. And in this session, we are going to discuss some questions of logical reasoning. This is part number 2 of logical reasoning for 100 most expected MHCT questions. Hello, everyone. Can you please acknowledge if I am clearly audible and visible to all of you? All right, so we are good to begin with this session. We are good to start. So please take marathon. Aditya, a small request to you, a small suggestion to you. You are mentioning this particular thing again and again in every session. And I have told you that we will definitely conduct a marathon session. Okay. But marathon session cannot be conducted every week. Okay. So at an appropriate time, we will definitely conduct a marathon. It is already planned and it will happen. All right. So if you will like keep on reminding me again and again, I think you're wasting your energy because we are sure that we will be conducting marathon session for MHCT examination. Okay. So do not worry at all, Aditya. Like keep continuing with your preparation, and you will soon get a marathon session for MHCT examination. All right, Aditya. So friends, welcome once again on our YouTube channel. Thank you people for confirming that I am clearly visible and audible to all of you. 100 most expected questions for MHCT logical reasoning part number 2 is going to start now. Now in today's session, I will take two set of questions. Every set will have 5 questions and we are going to solve these two sets independently. All right. Now, in the first set, this is based on linear arrangements. Now, rising the level of difficulty to another level. Basically, in the first set, you will see linear arrangement in two parallel rows. All right. So let's begin with this session. All of you, I'll wait for another few seconds. I'll wait for another few seconds. Meanwhile, other students are joining us so that we can begin with the session without any further delays. All right. So the first set will be on your screen in a few moments. All of you be ready with a pen and a sheet of paper. One sheet of paper will be more than enough for this question. Okay. All right. So the first set on your screen now. All of you be ready. These are just give me 1 second. Okay, just give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. All right, चलिए start करते हैं. So the first set on your screen now. Directions for first 5 questions. Read the information given and answer the questions that will follow after that. Okay, so 12 people are sitting in 2 rows facing each other. In row 1, A, B, C, D, E, and F are sitting facing the south direction. And in row 2, M, N, O, P, Q, and R are sitting facing the north direction, but not necessarily in the same order. All right, so 2 rows are already defined. The people who are sitting in these 2 rows is already defined. And below, after the first paragraph, in the second paragraph, you are given the conditions that will help you in making all these 12 people sit in these 2 rows. So I'll give you 3 minutes to arrange these 12 people in the 2 rows, and then after that, I'll take you to the questions. Now, 3 minutes is all the time that you will get in your actual examination as well. Okay, so in the last session, I was talking about building up your speed while you're solving these questions, simultaneously taking care of the accuracy at which you are attempting these questions. Okay, so like no need to be unnecessarily fast, and because of which probably you may compromise on your accuracy. So the accuracy is important, and the speed you will slowly and gradually build up. Okay, so keep practicing questions, and that will help you in building up your speed. Now, once you are done with the arrangement, you will have to post done in the chat box. You will have to post done in the chat box once you are done with this arrangement. All right, Aditya, as usual, as always, the first student who is done. Very good, Aditya. Anyone else? Vikram, Shreyansh, Gaurav? Now, another few minutes, like 1.5 minute, I'm giving you. Okay. Quickly finish it off and post done in the chat box. Anyone else? Another 30 seconds, and then I'll start with the analysis of this set. Good afternoon, Anshul. Good afternoon. You're slightly late, I believe. So we have already started with the first set, and we are going to start with the discussion of this set. Meanwhile, you can quickly read the directions which are given on the screen. So the students who have just joined in, quickly read the directions that are there on the screen. Vivek and Shreyansh are also done. Very good. So let's start with the discussion. I believe like you should not be taking more than 3 minutes, maximum 4 minutes to decode all this information. Once the information is decoded, then it will take another probably 15 to 20 seconds per question to mark the answer. Samarth is also done, so we are good to go. We are starting with the analysis of this set. So all of you, let's focus now. How should we interpret each and every information that is given? Okay. Now the question tells us that 12 people are sitting in two rows and they are facing each other. Okay. So they are facing each other. So their faces are towards each other, right? Now, row one, people are facing south direction. So, if I'll say that row one and row two are like this, in row one, people are facing south, and in row two, people are facing north. So, this will not be the case. Okay. So, first of all, it is important. Row one kahan pe hai, row two kahan pe hai, ye cheez important hai. Okay. Since people are facing each other, so row one should be above row two. People of row 1 are facing south, people of row 2 are facing north, and hence they will be facing each other. Okay, so we must put row 1 like this and row 2 like this. People of row 1 are facing south and people of row 2 are facing north direction, which is given in the question. All right, fine. So सबसे पहले तो इस तरीके से rows fill करनी है हमें. Okay, in row 1 A B C D E F are sitting, and in row 2 M N O P Q and R are sitting. Okay, so we are defined with this thing who is sitting in which row. तो ये कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि हमें डिटरमाइन करना है कि कौन किस रो में बैठा हुआ है. Okay, so we are clear who is sitting in which row. Done. Now P sits at one of the ends but not opposite F. So now P sits at one of the opposite ends. So there can be two possibilities, right? Now P will be in row 2 facing north. So let's talk about this. So I'll make an arrangement 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6, this is row 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, this is row 1. Now P sits at one of the ends. Now P obviously will sit in row 2, so P can sit at the leftmost end or the rightmost end. So I have two possibilities. So this is what generally I do. I make parallel cases. I start by making parallel cases in case we are required to make two cases. That saves a lot of time. Okay. So in the first case, I'll make P sit at the leftmost end. And in the second case, I'll make P sit at the rightmost end. So P sits at one of the ends, but not opposite F. So F will not be opposite to P. F will not come at this chair. Okay. This is done. R sits at third place from P, at third place. So place number 1, place number 2 and place number 3. This will be R in the first scenario. 1, 2, 3, R in the second scenario. Okay, so I'm running these two cases parallel. Once again, I'm telling you this. So R sits at the third place from P. This statement is also done. The one who sits opposite R, जो भी R के opposite बैठा है, sits second to the right of D. So they are talking about the one who is sitting opposite to R. That means this person that I've marked with green color. This person sits second to the right of D. अब row 1 में right hand side will be your left hand side. Okay, so anyone who is sitting in row 1 is facing downwards, and this direction will be right and this direction will be left for anyone who is sitting in row number 1. So right left का थोड़ा सा problem होगा, वो केयरफुली आइडेंटिफाई करना है. ठीक है, राइट? ओके, सो the one who sits opposite to R sits second to the right of D. So D will come at this chair in the first arrangement, and in the second arrangement D will come at this chair, second to the right of D. Perfect. So up till this statement we are done. Two people sit between D and B. So D और B के बीच में दो लोग होने चाहिए. So B will come at this chair and at this chair in these two arrangements. Perfect. अभी तक सब सही चल रहा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन नहीं आया है. As soon as we'll get a contradiction, we will eliminate that case. ठीक है? F sits to the right of B. Now F sits to the right of B. Okay, so B के right में, so F यहाँ पे आ जाएगा and F यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, right of B. Perfect, great, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. The one who sits diagonally opposite F, diagonally opposite, एक तो opposite है और एक diagonally opposite है. Okay, so in the first case diagonally opposite F का ये हो जाएगा. ठीक है, डायगोनल बनाना है. एंड दूसरे में क्या हो जाएगा, डायगोनली ऑपोजिट टू F ये हो जाएगा. ओके, सो द वन हु सिट्स डायगोनली ऑपोजिट F sits to the immediate right of Q. So in the first scenario, this position that I have circled, this should be immediate right of Q. Now accordingly Q will come at this chair, but R is already sitting at that chair. So I will eliminate the first case. Okay, because for Q and R there will be the same place. So I'll eliminate the first case. Let's look at the second case. The one who sits diagonally opposite to F, that means they are talking about P. P sits to the immediate right of Q. So Q will come on the left side of P. Perfect. Second case is going good. Next statement, E sits to the immediate right of A. So E and A should be adjacent to each other and E should be immediate right of A. So अब E कहां पे बैठेगा ये भी मार्क कर लेते हैं. Just give me a second. So E sits to the immediate right of A. So immediate right of A. So first of all, I have to select two consecutive positions for E and A. So these are the only two consecutive positions for E and A in case number 2. Okay. So row 1 में E and A बैठेंगे and E should be immediate right of A. So now in the first row, A, B, D, E and F are seated. So the last person who will sit will be C. So C will sit at the rightmost end, R rightmost end, and वहां पे row 1 का leftmost end हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Now let's focus on row 2. O sits at the second place to the left of N. second place to the left of n. So there is only one possibility here. N will sit here, O will sit here. Okay, so second place to the left of n. Fine. Now in row 2, only M is left and M will sit at the leftmost end of row number 2. Okay, so this is the complete arrangement. Now just quickly write yes in the chat box. How many of you have got the same arrangement? So those who have written done and those who have not written done, how many of you have got the same arrangement? Just quickly write yes in the chat box. I want to see how many of you have got the same arrangement. Okay, Aditya Banker, okay. Aditya Agarwal, Vivek, nice. So good number of people have got the same arrangement. Impressive. Now, nice. Vikram. Okay. So Aditya, Vivek, and Vikram. Four of you have got this arrangement. Samarth, Zeno, Sayyed. So number is increasing. Nice. Good to know that a lot of you have got the same arrangement. Aditi as well. Great. So let's move on to the questions. No problem if you have not got the same arrangement, but are you able to understand whatever I have explained? This is more important. Okay. So how to interpret these statements? So one new statement that we saw, the one who sits diagonally opposite. So one is opposite, one is diagonally opposite. So diagonally opposite is important when there are two different rows in which people are sitting. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to solving the questions one by one. So this is the arrangement that you have. You can note down this arrangement in your notebook, okay, and refer this to answer the questions. Okay. Question number one: how many people sit between O and Q? How many people sit between O and Q? So if I'll go back to the arrangement, O and Q. So O and Q both are in the second row, and there are two people, R and N, who are sitting between them. Okay. Yes, Abhishek, diagonally opposite may confuse ho gaye. No problem. This is something new that we have learned today, and I'm sure that you will not get confused again. Okay. So every lecture will have a new learning. That's good that you are attending this lecture. So there are two people who are sitting between O and Q, which are R and N. So the correct answer should be option B, that is 2. Okay. So this is absolutely correct. Let's move on to the second question. Who among the following are the neighbors? इनमें से neighbor कौन कौन है? Who among the following are the neighbors? So let's check it out. Option by option, एक एक करके check करते हैं. So O N B A. O and N, no, they are not neighbors. B and A, no, they are not neighbors. F E D C. F and E, no, they are not neighbors. D and C, yes, they are neighbors. So D and C, correct. Option D, and yes, it is absolutely correct. Okay. So question number 2, option D is absolutely correct. Moving on to question number 3. Find the incorrect statement out of the given 3 statements. Find the incorrect statement. Two people sit to the right of E, three people sit between E and C, no one sits between Q and P. Okay, people, give me an answer in terms of option. Option A, B, C, D, E. Okay, option A, B, C, D, E. Give me answer in terms of option A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now, generally one small mistake that people will do in such questions is they're asking about incorrect statement. People find correct statement. Okay. So incorrect statement batana hai mujhe, correct nahi batana. Okay. So first statement, two people sit between, two people sit to the right of E. Now right of E is this side of E. There are two people who are sitting. The statement is correct. I'm looking for incorrect, so I will cross this. Okay. Three people sit between E and C. E and C, only two people sit. They are saying three people sit. So this statement is incorrect and hence I can consider this. No one sit between Q and P. No one sits between Q and P. Yes, it is correct. I don't want correct statement. Okay, so only statement number two is incorrect. Okay, so the correct answer will be option B. All right. So this is what mistake some of you would have done. We are looking for incorrect statements. We are not looking for correct statements. Okay. So answer for question number three is option B. Question number four on your screen now. Yes, Aditya. So Aditya, I know what mistakes we can do. So Aditya, see, like generally what happens is just to attempt more number of questions or just to solve a question very quickly, we tend to commit such errors. So you have to be very patient in this examination. Okay, right? So you can take 5 seconds extra, but make sure that you are not making such mistakes. This is not a mistake. I would say that this is a crime in the examination. After doing everything correct, you are reading the questions incorrectly. So this is a crime, this is a sin. Okay, चलिए find the odd one out. Odd one out find out करना है between these five options. अब options क्या है? O D Q B M. So O D Q B M. I will mark these. Okay, so O D Q, B, and M. Now, out of these five, four are not sitting at the end of the rows. Only M is sitting at one of the ends of the row. So the correct answer should be option E, that is M. Simple. That was very simple. Next question. Who among the following sits third to the left of Q? Who among the following sits third to the left of Q? निश्चित लास्ट क्वेश्चन का तुमने बोला O is a vowel. So Nishit, the question was in reference to the seating positions. Okay, that was not the alphabets they were referring to. So अगर ये independent question आता ना, then you would have marked option like O as the answer. Okay, but that was the question of sitting arrangements. So the answer should be with respect to the sitting arrangement that we have made. Okay. Who among the following sits third to the left of Q? Now, third to the left of Q. So, 1, 2, and 3. Third to the left of Q is O. So, the correct answer here should be O, option C. And yes, that is the correct answer. Okay. So, these were the five questions for the first set. I hope you would have liked this set. Now, before moving on to the next set, I would like you to quickly press the like button. Come on. Now, there are more than 36 students, 35 students in the session who are attending the session live. Okay, and only 22 likes. So that is unreasonable, my dear friends. So the next set is going to be very interesting, very good. All right. It will not be difficult if you just catch one small thing. Okay. So all of you, please, small request to like this session, share and subscribe our channel so that you'll be able to view all the sessions, all the upcoming sessions in the future. Okay. So let's look at the next question. आदित्य डोंट प्रेस इट ट्वाइस अदरवाइज वो लाइक हट जाएगा ठीक है तो सिर्फ एक बार प्रेस करो जस्ट प्रेस इट वंस एंड दैट विल बी ऑल थैंक यू वेरी मच चलिए सो डायरेक्शंस फॉर द नेक्स्ट सेट question number 6 to question number 10 there will be 10 questions on this now read it carefully the directions will be given on two pages this is the first page and then I take you to the second page where a small table will be given to you. Now, this is a very interesting game in this set. Now, this is a game being played by one, two, three, four, five people. The names are not important. Please, names chhod do. Okay? If you are studying your GK well, you must be must be familiar with these names. Okay? So, Yes, the names are important for us as an Indian. Okay, but right now for this question, the names are not important. Okay, the game comprises 4 rounds. So there is a game between these 5 players, and the game will comprise 4 rounds. The game starts with each player having a certain number of chocolates with them. The sum of the number of chocolates with the 5 players in the game remains constant. The minimum and the maximum number of chocolates any player in the game can have at any point of time is 32 and 64 respectively. So at any point in any round in this game, any player can have minimum of 32 chocolates and maximum 64 chocolates. Okay. Now let's see how the game is played. The next statement from here, the player with the highest number of chocolates at the end of any round divides half the number of chocolates he or she has among the 4 other players equally. Okay. So, whatever number of chocolates that these 5 players have at the end of any round, whosoever has the maximum number of chocolates, whosoever has the highest number of chocolates, that player will divide half of the chocolates equally among the other 4 players. Okay, I'll give you an example. So let's say at the end of any round, I have 56 chocolates. So half of 56 is 28. Okay, so I will divide 7 chocolates among the other 4 players. Okay, am I clear? So just quickly give me a yes if you are clear with the directions which are given here. The most important line here is the minimum and the maximum number of chocolates any player can have in the game is 32 and 64 respectively. So give me a yes if you are clear with the directions, and then I'll take you to the second page where the table will be given, and that will be an incomplete table. You will have to complete that table. Okay, so you have understood. Great. Let's move on and look at the remaining part. Now, at the end of round 4, this is how the situation looks like for the players in terms of number of chocolates with them. So this situation is given at the end of round 4. So at the end of round 4, Hobombella has 64, Anagrag Mahanta has 56, Iran Shamila has 48, JJ Lalpikua has 32, and Mirabai Chanu has 40 chocolates. So this is the situation at the end of round 4. What we'll have to do here is we'll have to find out the number of chocolates with these 5 players in every round, or basically at the end of every round. Okay? So I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes. Quickly fill this incomplete table. बैक ट्रैकिंग करनी है, उल्टा जाना है, सो बी केयरफुल इन दिस. बहुत एक छोटा सा लॉजिक है, बहुत बेसिक लॉजिक है, दैट यू विल हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई, एंड देन इट विल बी जस्ट अ गेम ऑफ 1 minute. At any point in time, if you want me to go back, you can tell me, I'll take you to the previous screen in case you have missed any information or if you want to read the information again. Now, both the Adityas have mentioned that they are done with the set. Good. Now, both of you, like you must have done the backtracking. Okay. Now, start from round one and follow the instructions which were given and find out if your numbers, if the numbers that you have calculated, if they are correct or not. I'll take you back to the previous statements. The game starts with each player having a certain number of chocolates. The sum of the chocolates with 5 players in the game remains constant. The minimum or maximum number of chocolates a player can have in the game is 32 and 64 respectively. So nobody can have less than 32 chocolates. Nobody can have more than 64 chocolates in any round at any instant. Now, in every round, the player with the highest number of chocolates divides half the number of chocolates he or she has among the 4 other players equally. Perfect. All right. Now, those who are unable to understand what will happen, I will help them by playing the next round. We don't have next round, we don't have round 5. There are only 4 rounds. But if there would have been round 5, तो इसमें होता क्या? Now, round 4, at the end of round 4, these are the number of chocolates with the players. Okay. And who has the highest number of chocolates? Bella has the highest number of chocolates, 64. So Bella will divide half of the chocolates. Okay, that means 64 ka half 32. So Bella will divide 32 chocolates equally among all the other 4 players. Okay, so Bella will divide 32 divided by 4, that is 8 chocolates each. Bella will give 8 chocolates each to other 4 players. So 56 plus 8 will become 64. 48 plus 8 will be 56, 32 plus 8 will be 40, 40 plus 8 will be 48, and Bella will be left with half the number of chocolates, that is 32. All right. So this is how the game is played. Now it is very simple. It is very easy to go in the forward direction, but in the reverse direction, things may get complicated. Okay. So we understand that if we go from round 4 to round 5, then Bella will be the person who will divide the chocolates among other players. But if we will backtrack, then we'll have to find who was the player among these 5 players who would have divided his or her chocolates equally among the other players. So tell me, who is that player in round number 3? I'll wait. So a lot of you have posted done in the chat box. Okay, good. So in round 3, who is the person who will divide the chocolates, half of the chocolates equally among other players? Tell me the name of the player. Tell me the name of the player. All right, great, perfect. So all of you have given a correct answer. Nice. So now if we will backtrack, if we'll go to the previous round, I have to find out who is the player who would have divided the chocolates, half of the chocolates equally among other players. Now, if it is Bella, then in round 3, Bella should have 128 chocolates, but nobody can have more than 64, so it cannot be Bella. If it is Mahanta, then 56 into 2, 112 honi chahiye thi, not possible. 48 into 2, 96, not possible. 40 into 2, 80 is not possible. All right. So if we are backtracking, number of chocolates of the player will get doubled. Okay, number of chocolates of a player will get doubled if we are backtracking. Okay, so it can only be JJ Lalpekwa. Okay, so the number of chocolates with this player at the end of round 3 was 64. Okay, and every other player will have 8 chocolates less. So this player will have 56, this player will have 48, then 40, and then 32. All right, fine. Now again apply the same logic. In round two, who was the player who divided the chocolates equally among the other players? So I will double the chocolates again, and it will be Mirabai Chanu who will be the person who would have divided the chocolates equally among other players in round number two. So Mirabai Chanu will have 64 chocolates in round two, and other subtract 8 from all of them. So 56 minus 8, 48, then 40, 32, 56, like this. This will be the number of chocolates in this round. Now in the first round, who was the player? It will be Iram Sharmila. So with 32 chocolates, so double kar do iski chocolates and subtract 8 from other numbers. All right, so this is 48 and this is 56. So this is the number of chocolates with each player in each of these four rounds. So this is our final table and we are done with this. Okay, so quickly write yes if you have got all the numbers correctly. Jaldi say yes likh do if you have got all the numbers correct, and then I'll take you to the questions one by one. Jaldi se question solve karte hain. Okay, so question number one, based on this set, all of you focus on the question. What is the maximum number of chocolates Mahanta had in any round considering the number of chocolates he or she had in all the rounds? What is the maximum number of chocolates Mahanta had in any round considering the number of chocolates he or she had in all the rounds? Maximum number of chocolates with Mahanta. I'll go back to the table. Mahanta maximum number of chocolates, round 1 32, round 2 40, round 3 48, round 4 56. 56. So 56 is the maximum number of chocolates this player had in all the rounds put together. So the correct answer should be 56, that is option B. Next question, question number 7. Now read this one carefully. For which of the players the average number of chocolates considering round 1 to round 4 is equal to the average number of chocolates for all the players in each round? Carefully interpret this statement. Focus on this statement. Average number of chocolates for all the players in each round. So you will have to first of all calculate this thing. So pick up any round, either round 1, 2, 3 or 4, add the number of chocolates divided by the number of players. That will give you the average. And now you will have to calculate which player has the same average number of chocolates considering the 4 rounds. All right. Can you please write option A, B, C, D, E? चलिए, so जाते हैं. Average number of chocolates for all the players in each round. So I'll pick up any round. Let's say round 1. Round 1, let's add the number of chocolates. Okay. So 40 को छोड़ देते हैं. 32 and 48 is 80. 64 and 56 is 120. So 240. I can see that 240 is the number of chocolates, which when divided by 5 will be 48. So 48 is the average number of chocolates that the players will have in every round. Okay. Now I have to check which player has the average number of chocolates, the same number 48 in round 1 to round 4. So now you'll have to check for every player. So for Bella, is the average 48? Average अगर 48 चाहिए तो sum कितना चाहिए? 48 multiplied by 4, there are 4 rounds, 192. 192, I want the sum. I'll check the unit digit, 6 and 4, 10 and 8, 18. The sum ends with 8. I need 192, not the answer. In the second case, check the unit digit. 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 6 is the unit digit. Again, it will not be 192. In the next case, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 4, 4 is the unit digit, it is not 2. Uh, 6 and 4, 10 and 10, 0 is the unit digit, no, it is not 2. 6 and 4, 10 and 2, 2 is the unit digit and only option left. So the correct answer is Mirabai Chanu. So Mirabai Chanu, that is option D, will have 48 as the average number of chocolates in all the 4 rounds put together. Are you able to understand क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? Question की language बहुत simple थी. I don't know what we were doing, but the language was very simple. All right. So the correct answer is C. Aviraj has given the correct answer. Mirabai Chanu, option D is no. Aviraj ने भी सही answer नहीं दिया. Option D is the correct answer. Mirabai Chanu. Okay. Next question, question number 8. What is the number of chocolates with Iram Shamila in round 2? Round 2 में number of chocolates determine करनी है. बहुत simple सी चीज है. Iram Shamila round 2, 32 chocolates. So the correct answer is option E. Let's quickly move on to the next question. Option E is the correct answer. Nobody can give this answer incorrectly. Next question, question number 9. What is the minimum number of chocolates Bella had in any round considering the number of chocolates he or she in all the rounds? So minimum for Bella. Again बहुत simple है. Minimum number of chocolates for Bella. Going back to the table, I can see that 40 is the minimum number of chocolates that Bella had. So 40, option C is the correct answer of question number 9. Perfect. Last question, question number 10. Now, which player has the maximum average number of chocolates considering round 1 to round 4? अब तो average calculate करना पड़ेगा. Maximum average चाहिए तो maximum sum होगा. So maximum sum of number of chocolates for each of these 5 players. Now it needs to be calculated. So I know for Mirabai Chanu it is 192, right? Because 48 था average उसका. So Mirabai Chanu it is 192. राइट ना मैक्सिमम चाहिए. अब कैलकुलेट करते हैं. सो अब किस तरीके से कैलकुलेट करो? 64 एंड 56 इन दोनों को कंबाइन कर दो, 120 हो गया. ओके, एंड देन 48 एंड 32 इज 80. सो 120 एंड 80 इज 200. देन 32 एंड 48 80 हो गया. 80 एंड 40 120, 120 एंड 64 184. Then 48 and 32 is 80. 80 and 40 is 120. 120 and 56 176. I believe 200 maximum होना चाहिए. Check करते हैं. Then 56 and 64 120 हो गया. 120, oh ये ज्यादा है. 120 and 88 208. So 208 is the maximum number of chocolates and hence the maximum average. So Bella, that is option A, should be the correct answer of this question. Okay, so Deepak, Aditya, Sankalp has already given the correct answer. Okay, now Aditya, I believe this question was not at all difficult. Okay, we could easily find the set, the values in the missing table, and the set was simple. I believe a lot of you would agree with the with this thing. Yes, मतलब ठीक है, easy नहीं बोलेंगे, but medium level of difficulty was there. All right. So the correct answer is A for question number 10, and that is all from my side in this session. I hope you would have liked this session. Now, if you have, then please do press the like button if you haven't done that up till now. Now, friends, MHCT specialized course is available at BYJU'S Exam Prep with 55 plus live classes, 50 plus recorded live classes, 250 plus pre-recorded conceptual videos, more than 3,500 practice questions across different level of difficulties, and Important thing is 12 mocks which are based on actual paper pattern are also available. You can avail this entire course at a special price of 4800. Okay, fine. Perfect. Now, All India Open Mock for MHCT MBA 2024. This mock will be live starting 19th of February up till 25th of February. So there will be a 1 week window in which you can write this test. But before that, you'll have to visit our application and register for this test. All right. Also, for all the CAT takers, those students who are preparing for CAT, All India Open Mock for CAT is already live. It has started on 9th of February and it will be live up till 18th of February. So once again, you'll have to register for this session. Also, you can check in the link that is given in the description of the session about CAT College Predictor, which is based on your profile. You can talk to our counselor by visiting our application and clicking the button Talk to our counselor. You can get social with us on all these social media platforms. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. So will be good if you give homework questions. No, Aditya, I cannot give you homework questions. That cannot be done here. Okay, but definitely I'll be conducting many more sessions like this. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Bye bye.